What's going on? Will Freeman, RevolutionaryLifestyleDesign.com, talking to you today from Batumi, which is in Georgia by the sea, enjoying a beautiful vacation, mini vacation, weekend vacation here with my lady friend. And I wanted to talk to you about why ballers get broke and always go broke and always are going broke. But first I want to show you this view, okay? We've got the wraparound balconies, we've got the sea, we've got the mountains. I mean, one of the nicest places that I've ever stayed in my life, and this place costs $100 a night because I'm doing Geo Arbitrage for my US dollar business to Georgia. So I'm living well, but I'm not spending crazy amounts of money. I don't spend more than $2,500, $3,000 a month. Living here or where I was living before in Thailand and the Philippines, because I know the secret to the game, okay? The secret to the game is not to spend money. Ballers go broke. I really need you young guys to understand this, or if you're an older guy like me and you got a spending problem, you need to burn this into your head. You cannot get rich spending money. Ballers go broke. A baller is not something to aspire to, okay? 90% of pro football players after 10 years are broke because they weren't entrepreneurs, they didn't learn how to budget their money. All of a sudden they went from no money to having a ton of money, and it burned a hole right in their pocket. And it's very easy if you're living in America to spend $15,000 or $20,000 once you get used to it. You know, you get a $5,000 a month place, you start going out, start spending money on lots of girls. But to earn that money, you need to make $400,000 pre-tax, because the government's going to take 40% of that if you're somewhere like New York. Something I've been dealing with one of my clients. He's got great offense, but it's really hard for him to, you know, not buy the clothes, not buy the computers, not buy the massage chair, you know, spending a lot of money, enjoying himself with ladies. All these things really add up. And wealthy people, like, do not spend money. They spend money once they're wealthy, but it's a fraction of their income. And they got wealthy by not spending money. Jeff Bezos drove the same car forever. Bill Gates drove the same terrible car forever. Both those guys lived in their offices when they were in their 20s and cut costs on everything. Wealthy people do not start buying Lexuses in their 20s, even if you can afford that. Okay, that's going to crush all your future plans of real wealth. Okay, and by real wealth I mean financial freedom, where you don't have to work and you have a business and you're above your business. Okay, you've got staff to do things for you. You can take a vacation and your business doesn't fall apart. This is the only piece I'm working on this weekend, and my business is continuing on just as it would normally. I could not do a video for a month. I'm still going to get clients, and my business is going to continue because of all the time that I invested. And then when you save that money, you're able to reinvest in advertising, which is the absolute best thing you can do to get wealthy, is get into a high ticket, high margin service business, reinvest your cash into something where you're getting 100%, 500%, 1,000% returns per year like I do on my business, or more. I haven't even done the actual calculation, but you know, in these online businesses, which now during COVID, I mean, online's the way to go. If you have an offline business, make sure you're getting that online income. And putting your money back into the business is how you get true financial freedom, okay? Take baller off the menu. Take baller off being a goal. Have the goal be financial freedom. And what that means is you cannot be addicted to consumables and be financially free. You just can't, okay? You cannot be addicted to the material things, to the cars and the clothes and, you know, spending all kinds of money on women. You can't do it and get financially free. You will go broke because there will be problems in your business, and you're going to look around and have not saved your money. Or things like COVID happen, right? This thing crushed and is going to crush so many businesses because they were low margins, they didn't have a lot of cash saved, they didn't have a lot of saved in their personal accounts, they were spending money as if it was going to last forever, and they wanted the consumables more than the financial freedom. Financial freedom has to be the target. Okay, the game to play is not the buying as much things as possible and living that baller lifestyle. The game to play is financial freedom and like, how much can I save, how much can I reinvest, and getting high on seeing your bank account numbers go up, or your property portfolio go up, or your assets go up, your passive income go up, your revenue in your business go up. Okay, got 3 or 4 of my young clients, and they're straight soldiers. They don't spend money on anything. Most of them aren't even dating right now. They're doing 8 to 10 hours a day, grinding, reinvesting, saving every dollar that they make. And those guys are going to get financially free before 30. You know, they're going to be sitting on 200, 300, a mil, getting that income up to 30, 40K a month. And even after taxes paid, all these different things, they're going to be really comfortable. And then you can start working on the different currencies and all the other types of wealth protection that I talk about in a number of my videos. And that's the key, okay? Because if you have a spending addiction, no amount of money is safe. Believe me, when you start making $40,000 a month, you're going to find ways to spend $25,000 a month, okay? Sorry for the noise, but if you've been following me for a while, you know that construction follows me around wherever I go, but I can't complain too much, okay? This is one of the nicest places I've ever stayed, and it costs about $100 a month. The other option is the Geo Arbitrage, where you can ball in a different country, but not spend the kind of money that's going to hurt you. You know, you can ball for $3,000 a month in Asia and Eastern Europe. Not that I would even say to do that, because I'll tell you, once you rid yourself of the addiction to material goods, you see through the marketing behind it, you stop being a sucker for the game. I don't even like having stuff. Like, I had to move recently, and I had 2 suitcases. I mean, half of it was supplements, but man, I threw out even more clothes. You know, I want to get everything down to 1 suitcase again. I don't even like owning things, because the second I move or organizing them, or it's just more things to worry about. I don't even care. I love not having things. I love throwing things away. I love being a minimalist. I love being free and, you know, being able to travel anywhere on 1 suitcase. I absolutely love it. I wouldn't even want to buy a bunch of stuff. I wouldn't even want a car where I am, because I just take an Uber to get everywhere. I don't even want to deal with that. I don't want to go to the mechanic. The only thing I would get is a motorcycle if I went back to Asia, because a motorcycle is a blast. Car's not even fun, okay? But all that stuff, man, like, when you get rid of it, you realize how much it's been weighing you down psychologically. And then you focus on owning money. You focus on owning passive income. You focus on owning revenue. You focus on building assets that pay you, so that you can buy, here's a ticket, you can buy experiences, you can buy a comfortable life, you can buy financial freedom, you can buy a life where you're not worried about money, you can buy a life where you can enjoy yourself and take time off from your business. You can buy luxury, levels of luxury in your business, okay? Luxury is not Louis Vuitton to me. Luxury for me is outsourcing another thing that I don't have to do. Luxury for me is not having to do what I hate. Luxury for me is waking up and looking at my schedule and being like, I want to do all of this stuff, right? There's nothing on my day that I hate, okay? Which is why the focus of my year is creating that course for you guys, the How to Play the Game of Life course that I've been working on almost a year now. It's probably going to take me another 6 months to do. And that's going to be my life's work that I'm going to add to forever. And it's going to be available for you guys forever. And it's going to be a source of mostly passive income forever, outside of me hopping on there and answering questions. And it's going to take me to that next level of luxury, because I deleted a couple books that I used to sell. I'm still making a little bit of money off how to get organized and how to sell. But the vast majority of my money now comes from coaching that I do with people. But it's schedule intensive. So it's really worthwhile for me in my business to reinvest in this course. And the beautiful thing about the course is, it can scale indefinitely. So I can just take all the money I've saved and just dump it right back into ads. Now I've got the flywheel, now I've got the perpetual motion machine, now I've got the compound interest machine. That's the type of stuff that you guys need to be investing in, because remember, every dollar is an investment, whether it's going to McDonald's, whether it's going to cars and clothes. You need to look at every dollar you have as an investment, okay? Because it is. You could be investing in junk food for some temporary pleasure. You could be investing in some expensive girls for some temporary pleasure. I mean, taking them out and things like that, and or you're on seeking arrangements or whatever. You could invest in clothes that you wear once a month and spend thousands of dollars on luxury goods, okay? Or you could take that and buy the kind of life that you want by building and elevating and scaling your business, advertising, creating assets that pay you with minimal management. I don't believe in a fully 100% passive income. But especially now, guys, during COVID, because we don't, post-COVID, we don't know what's happening for the next couple of years. Gotta be saving your money, even if it's just a couple hundred a month, or, a couple 100,000 like some of my clients make per month. No one I know got rich by balling. And if you're seeing guys balling, believe me, they are going broke. That's what I look, whenever I see a guy balling out, or he's at the club buying these giant, $3,000 bottles of Ace of Spades or whatever the deal is to impress some girls. It's like, that dude's for sure going broke. Because there's no amount of money that's safe when you can't control your spending. None. You will adjust immediately to your new level of income. And if you really have a bad spending problem, you're still going to be spending more than you make. You'll still have debts. Now you'll be able to get more credit, and you'll start using that, okay? And those guys are thinking, well, I got money coming in, so I spend it before I make it. You can't do that. You've got to establish financial discipline. You've got to take balling off the menu. And the way that you do it is really, you just stop living in other people's eyes, man. Because you know what? No one's really thinking about you all that much anyways. Those girls that you just blew out the bottle service table for, man, they're gonna forget that shit a week from now. They're gonna be the what have you done for me lately type of people. The people that are interested in that, and the people that really value for that, are the what have you done for me lately kind of people. And ultimately 10 years from now, they're probably not even gonna remember you. If they do, it's a fleeting memory. Okay? Can't be living in other people's eyes. You need to be living for hey, I've got 24 hours a day. How do I make that as happy as possible for myself? Okay? Taking care of your health is important, but taking care of your money is super important, because if you don't have your money right, you have to do shit that you hate. I worked for the post office. I worked landscaping jobs. I worked as a busboy cleaning up tables. I worked every minimum wage job you could imagine, and I hated them all. I hated, after that I went into corporate Canada. I worked in e-business. I worked in sales. Hated it. Hated every job I had. Hated getting up, working for someone else, not making as much as I deserved. The only thing that I like to do is run my own business, because it's something I'm passionate about, something I love, and something I can control. And it's something where I can take a weekend off. If I'm in Thailand, I can go up to the mountains on a Tuesday afternoon and drive for 16 hours and stay in some beautiful resort, because I have that freedom. I bought that freedom, okay? When I'm on my motorcycle, I'm not thinking about what people back in Canada that I grew up with would think about what I'm doing. I'm thinking about how I'm feeling every day, how happy I am, how I feel in my heart, how the people that are closest to me are feeling. If you have money and financial freedom, you can help those around you. You can give money to the homeless. You can do all these things because you're not caught up in trying to hold up this image and keep up with the Joneses or keep up with the guys that you think you need to keep up with, like the football players and the athletes and the rappers, or guys that you see on YouTube. All those guys are going broke. I mean, musicians go broke all the time. Entrepreneurs go broke all the time because they get high on their own supply, they go into debt, they spend too much money, they buy Ferraris. If you don't believe me, listen to Grant Cardone. He didn't have a nice watch till he was 45 or a nice car. Okay, the stuff that you see doing right now, he does that to blow up his social media. And the jet he uses to make money by traveling around and selling people on his real estate deal. Okay, so he's turned those into assets. But I mean, listen to him. He'll scold every young guy who buys a fancy car. Okay, you buy a $100,000 or $200,000 car. My God, the amount that you lose in compound interest over the next 10 years is staggering, especially if you have a high margin business. You can't have balling in your repertoire. It is not cool to ball. It's cool to have some nice things. It's cool to be able to live in a nice, comfortable place. It's cool to be able to eat good food. Yes, but to take it to that level, to try and be a baller, to impress a bunch of people that, one, don't give a shit about you, two, barely think about you, is a bad way to live, and it's going to cost you your financial freedom. It's going to cost you your ability to be able to wake up and enjoy what you do and not have to do what you hate and not have fears about money. Because guaranteed, every time you look at your monthly statement when you're trying to live like a baller, it's painful. In fact, if you're trying to live like a baller, you probably don't look at your monthly statements at all. You probably push that to the side, okay? And the worst part is, all of that balling is after-tax money. If you're in North America and you're in the highest income bracket, like I would be if I moved back to Canada, you're paying 40% in taxes, and then you're paying, in Ontario, 15% GST and PST combined on everything you buy, all right? So all that balling money is paid for after they already took 40% from your ass, and they take another 15% on what you buy, okay? You're a pawn in the game, especially if you're going into debt. And you're a double pawn, if that exists. I don't know. But you're caught up, man, and you're getting played. And if you're not a player in the game of life, you're gonna get played. And becoming a player in the game of life is all about the psychology, man. You need to be able to walk by a luxury goods store and say, that's just marketing, That's just a bag. That's marketing. There's a guy that built the store, there's advertising behind that, the people that work there are hired to present a certain image. You gotta peep game like you're a business owner and understand how that whole operation works. You can still buy nice things occasionally because like a nice jacket or something has value and things like that. And you get a certain amount of status for it, but you can't be a slave to that game, You can't be a trick in that game, because you're getting played. You have to understand game on the whole broader level. Like Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, all these, they're not worried about showing off their wealth, okay? They know they have it, right? They're not worried about being in the most expensive suit and all these different things. In fact, most really wealthy guys dress like Ross Perot. They look terrible, It's if you see like a young guy and he's like 26, 27 and he's in a great suit and a great haircut and he's at some networking conference, for sure that guy has no money. Almost for sure he's probably in debt too. Okay, that's something I learned when I was at sales. I learned to ignore all those guys and go after the guys in their 40s, because there's 3 or 4 guys in those rooms who have money for me, who can buy something for me. And maybe the suit that doesn't fit super properly. But they usually have nice shoes. That's the one thing about wealthy people. They usually have nice shoes. The wealthy guy is usually wearing nice jeans, blazer, button down, and nice shoes. Everyone else is full suit. But because they're not trying as hard, they know they got it, right? Just like if you're, in really good shape, you don't need to walk around in a tank top all day like a douche, because people can see that you're in shape, all right? So the message of this story is ballers go broke. Don't envy ballers. Believe me, it's only a matter of time before they've got some problems in whatever business they're in, and their spending outstrips their income, and they're not reinvesting. And their gains are temporary and fleeting for a bunch of people who don't care about you. Okay? Your true friends are not going to care that you're balling out. Okay? Your true friends are going to care about you as a person. And they'll appreciate if you take them out for a nice dinner and things like that. But they're not going to be using you for your money. A good girl or a good woman is not going to be using you for your money. It's so important that you understand that. And you can't buy love. That's the other thing. You can't buy someone's love. Having money and being able to create great experiences, like the experience I'm having this weekend, does make you more attractive, but it in and of itself does not buy love. Okay? Super important that you guys understand that. So ballers go broke. Do not aspire to be a baller. Aspire for financial freedom. Okay? Financial freedom allows you to worry significantly less about money, to not have to do what you hate, to create a business that you love, to be able to create an ideal day that you love, where you love where you live, you're able to travel, you're able to see the world, you're able to do all these cool things. That's the goal. Happiness is the goal, not living in other people's eyes, living in your own eyes for what will make this life most enjoyable for me. Money is a tool for that. Money is a tool for happiness, not to be used to live in someone else's eyes for the imaginary audience in your head that is, number one, not really thinking about you too much, and number two, definitely not caring about you. All right? Much love to you. Hope you found this video useful. If you need help with any of this, revolutionarylifestyledesign.com/coaching, or the coaching link below. I can help you with this. We can help get your spending under control. We can help you start reinvesting in your business. All that stuff, just schedule a call. Much love to you. Wish you all the best.